What's up guys, this is Rise and welcome to a special video. Recently, if you're in the competitive PvP community, the Sunrise Cup, the first month of the Silph season, has come to an end, and I had a couple of epic matches against none other than the world champion himself, Speediestchief, that you're going to see right here, and then the world #1 ranked player after him, Ventuski. So Speediestchief, this took place in the Miami Battle Arena. It was the last round, so I was trying to give myself a chance. We were both, I think, 5-1 at this point, and we were giving ourselves a chance to potentially tie for the title. Angelino ends up going 7-0 in this tournament and taking the title, but we're both battling each other to finish out at 6-1. The loser will finish out at 5-2. So we're actually running the same team, Speediestchief and I. And again, if you're not familiar with Speediestchief, this is the reigning world champion of competitive Pokemon Go PvP. We're dealt a bad lead, but I am running Drifblim on my team, and I'm trying to keep that a secret, and I'm glad I draw out the Abomasnow right here. And essentially, I know I'm in a tough spot, considering that his Vigoroth was lined up with my Abomasnow, but essentially, I'm already thinking ahead in this game. I need to like make him switch into his Vigoroth. And the level plays in this are insane. I'm gonna try and aggressively farm down his Abomasnow and force him to like not let it get farmed down, and then switch lock his Vigoroth. That's what I'm trying to do, and let's see if it works. I'm trying to farm him down. He switches. He didn't want to get farmed down, and now he's switch locked against probably the hardest counter for a Vigoroth in the game, a Drifblim. Oh man, so this is totally gonna flip this match a little bit. I was in a very bad spot. Abomasnow is so dangerous with energy that he didn't want to let me farm up all that energy, so it kind of made sense why he swapped. He was just assuming I didn't bring Drifblim, but I did bring Drifblim, and I'm making sure to overfarm a little bit, but I want to have stored energy because I know he might switch out after the switch clock goes up. So I'm farming up almost to two Icy Winds, not quite, but I get off this Icy Wind, and it was a CMP tie, so that's amazing that this energy is going to be dumped onto the Drifblim. He switches, I switch immediately. Definitely going to shield this because I have a lot of energy stored, and I can just farm down this opposing Abomasnow now. I'm pretty much maxed out. I'm almost, I'd say, at like, I don't know, 80 energy or so. Ton of energy here. Gonna go for this Weather Ball. I have back-to-back Weather Balls built in case he shields. He lets it go. Makes sense. In comes his own Drifblim. He was rocking Drifblim as well. And I'm going to be able to get to another Weather Ball, I think. Yes, just barely. That's absolutely huge. Barely get to the Weather Ball. He takes out my... And I know he has a shield. The only reason I'm going for this Icy Wind is so I don't get hexed down. And we're like pretty much on even energy, so I think he was going for the hex down. And luckily, because I had that stored energy, I get off the Icy Wind with like a few HP and overcome that terrible lead. Abomasnow into Vigoroth, and then the Abomasnow counter to my Mantine. Man, what a game. What an epic game against Speediest. He also has a YouTube channel, so I'll make sure to plug that. Link in the description. Not only is he one of the best battlers, but he's like a super chill, nice dude. He's like the nicest dude in the community. Just like super nice, well-spoken. I remember when he won the world championship, King was one of the commentators, and he's like, the only thing better than his performance is going to be his post-game interview because he's so well-spoken. So favorable lead for me. Vigoroth actually wins this in the 2 shield, but my plan is just to probably commit no shields here. Little bit of lag, but it looks like it was mutual lag. He actually switches. I go for the Sky Attack thinking he might shield, thinking it's a Brave Bird. He doesn't shield though, so very smart on his part. This will also make this Abomasnow matchup a little more comfortable for me. Gonna have to eat this Ice Beam. Hurts Abomasnow since it's pretty glassy. I go for the Energy Ball thinking he probably doesn't shield expecting the weather ball, and that knocks him out. So that's nice for me. I have a little bit of residual energy to try and get off against something else. Just going for the weather ball. I could have got to the energy ball, but he also could have thrown a body slam before I got there. So, oh, and it was CMP. So that works out really nicely for me. Very fortunate right there for me that it was CMP. Let's see what I decide to come in with. Gonna attempt to farm this down most likely. Yeah, probably just gonna eat this energy, and I've already taken out almost 2 Pokemon. So we're looking in a pretty decent position. In comes Drifblim. So I think we're in a pretty comfortable spot, to be honest. Yeah, I think yeah, makes sense. Just eat this. But this is gonna be kind of tricky because he's gonna be able to debuff my Mantine, and he still has 2 shields. I'm just gonna go straight for the Bubble Beam. Like at this point, the Drifblim's very low, and I want to pressure shields. Yeah, gonna shield this. I was expecting an Icy Wind. Yep, it is an Icy Wind. Debuffs me, which isn't ideal. And then a CMP, which is really bad for me because I know that this could be a Shadow Ball, so I shield the Shadow Ball. This Bubble Beam will likely get the Drifblim out of here, but I'm going to be debuffed against a Vigoroth that has energy and a shield. It looks like I'm okay, though, because I get off this Bubble Beam, and at this point, after this Bubble Beam debuff, I don't think 2 Body Slams would even take me out, so... More comfortable win in game number 2. Game number 1 was just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Game number 2, a little bit more comfortable, so we do seal in this best 2 out of 3 matchup. Looks like I'm just like taking a moment to realize, good job, Chris. Pat yourself on the back. You just managed to beat the reigning world champ. And like again, with Pokemon Go PvP, anyone can beat anyone in this game. So on any given day, Speedy could have beaten me. I could have beaten him. It just was my day this evening. Stunfisk versus Drifblim. I kind of like this. It's not the best matchup. He comes in with Mantine. I'm going to stay in to get off this Rock Slide because I want to grab a shield. And then I'm actually going to let him throw his energy because I don't want to switch and then get debuffed immediately. So I let him throw the energy. Bubble Beam doesn't hurt that much. Now we're in the mirror match. Looks like I might have snuck in an extra bubble, so we might be back to even. Oh no, he Bubble Beamed me. Yeah, interesting. People, you know, I played this whole month of Sunrise, and I always just go straight for the Ice Beam against Mantines in the mirror match, but people always Bubble Beam me first. So, maybe I've been playing this matchup wrong the whole time, but I just go straight for the Ice Beams. Now just gonna go straight Bubble Beam against this Stunfisk. It's switch locked against me. This is really nice. I get off 2 debuffs before he gets to this Rock Slide. And then I can probably switch out. No. Oh yeah, it makes sense. I just stay in because this is one of my better matchups for Stunfisk. Forget what other Pokemon I was running. Stunfisk and Drifblim. Okay. I shield this, and it is an Earthquake, so good shield. He immediately comes into Mantine. I figure it's probably just a Bubble Beam, so I'm not going to bother shielding. Doesn't do very much. Rock Slide won't KO after the debuff, but just want to get them off as soon as I can. Do get the last shield, which is nice. Now, I was worried here I might not survive the subsequent bubbles to get to the Rock Slide, but I risk it for the Biscuit, and I do get there. He was 1 bubble short of knocking me out. Not sure if this Rock Slide will KO. It does not after the debuffs. And what do? I just kind of sack my Mantine here. I just use it to absorb this energy. And then I'm going to try and Hex down, but he switches. Very nice. I get off this Icy Wind because I don't want him to get to a Rock Slide. I still have a shield, and I want to save that shield. And then he comes in with his own Drifblim, and this is GG's because I still have a shield, so I can just safely shield this Icy Wind. I know his Mantine, I don't think it has a ton of energy, so I just go for the Shadow Ball straight away to play it safe. I was pretty sure the Mantine didn't have very much energy. and I could just hex it down before it gets to a move. So GG's. We actually take the 3-0 sweep against Speedy. He messaged me after the game like, dude, you're insanely good. I'm like, appreciate you, man. Like, it's a pleasure playing the world champ. And now this is Ventuski. So, oh man, Ventuski is the reigning champion of South America for Pokemon Go PvP, and this is in the World Cup. I was the team captain for Team USA. Just kind of asked because at the time I was ranked #1 on Silph. And at this point, our team was down by 3 points, and I was the final matchup. So I had to go 3-0. Our team was actually down by 6 points, and I had the last 2 matchups left in the round, so I had to go 6-0, and I went 3-0 against Ventuski. So I have to go 3-0 in this matchup to win, and you'll see what happens here. He switches into his Shadow Articuno, and I switch out and catch here, which I think ends up being a huge mistake in hindsight. I can't keep this match a surprise. I can't keep it a surprise just based off my emotions. But I shield this and go for the aggressive farm down, which I think also ends up being a mistake because of what he comes in with. So I farm down the Articuno. I have a ton of energy, and in comes another Skarmory. So all this energy I have doesn't really even matter because I've been double debuffed and it's all going to hit for resisted anyway. I think I'm just trying to wind out the clock so I can switch out because I have two, not really two good answers. I switch into Vigoroth. I'm not sure if that's the right play. So like in hindsight of this game, if I had just stayed in with that Vigoroth against the Articuno, I think I would have been in really good shape. But you live and you learn. Going for the Bubble Beam debuff. Not sure this is the right play either, to be honest, because I guess I was going for the CMP, knowing that he would get to this move. Oh, it was a Brave Bird too, so a nice shield at least. We are down shields though, so we're not in the most comfortable position. Mantine hits us with an Ice Beam. Yeah, we're down 2 shields. We're in a pretty tough spot. Going for the Bubble Beam bait. Get the Bubble Beam bait. That's nice. Looks like I'm trying to sack Skarm. At least I force him to throw his energy. That's something. He Bubble Beams me and farms down. I get off this Sky attack. So we're not going down without a fight. Can we turn this around? We have some residual energy. Oh no. Is this an Ice Beam? Is this an Ice Beam? It is. And then he switches. Very nice. So literally, though, we were like 1 bubble short of winning that. Because if we CMP tie to that Ice Beam, we take out the Mantine, and then we beat the Skarmory to a charge move because Skarmory had just used a Brave Bird. So he kind of comfortably won that first game. So after my 3-0 against Ventuski, I dropped the first one against Ventuski, and essentially Chile now advances to the semifinal over Team USA. But I'm still gonna play out these last 2 just for sportsmanship. And, you know, just I'd like to try and get better. Don't get a lot of opportunities to play one of the best players in the world, so might as well finish this out, see how well I can do, test myself against the #1 ranked player in the world at the moment, Obstagoon. So Obstagoon wins this in the 1 and the 2 shield. Skarmory only wins in the 0, so I definitely don't shield the first one. I like to build up to the Brave Bird. He gets the boost. He gets the boost on the first one. I go for the Sky attack to try and get a shield. I do get a shield, and I just aggressively swap into my hard counter to try and force him to switch out. I don't shield the Night Slash, and look how much that does. That did like 40%. Night Slash is a very weak move in terms of damage, And it did like 40% to a very tanky Pokemon in Mantine. Going for the Ice Beam now. This Obstagoon is just wrecking my team. Then he switches out. Luckily, I land that Ice Beam. Just going to get off this Ice Beam for some nice chip damage. Hopefully, he doesn't try and farm me all the way down. That would be pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah, there's no way he can farm me. So, I assume he just Bubble Beams me here. No, he goes for the Ice Beam. Makes sense. I guess the Bubble Beam wouldn't have KO'd. I come in with my Stunfisk, I think maybe just to absorb this energy. Yeah, I just do it to absorb that energy, and then I know I can beat him to this Sky Attack. So we're trying to make do with what we have. In comes Vigoroth. And I have an idea here. I have an idea. I want to get this last shield with this move right here. I get the last shield. And I know both of his back Pokemon are super low. And I have a little bit of stored energy with Stunfisk. I am going to shield this. It is a Bulldoze. That's a huge shield right there. That keeps me alive in this match. Got to get to this Earthquake. I think I was like just in time. I think he was only 1 or 2 counters away. It doesn't KO, but the next Mud Shot does. And oh man, are we going to be able to Mud Shot down these last 2 Pokemon? We barely Mud Shot down the Obstagoon, and we have our Rock Slide loaded for the Mantine. So Galarian Stunfisk ends up sweeping the entire team. Oh my goodness. Galarian Stunfisk, you animal. And then we're heading into a decisive game 3. So this is kind of to determine who wins this match. Once again, Ventuski, by winning that first match, had already solidified Chili moving on. But this is still cool for me to try and take the best out of 3 against Ventuski. And to try and just test my skills, you know. Vigoroth mirror match. It looks like we got desynced. I'm trying to sneak in extra counters. I tried to catch a Body Slam on Mantine, I guess. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm actually switching out because I want him to switch out, and I want to potentially switch lock his Vigoroth onto my Drifblim later on. That was my thought process there. I'm considerably ahead on energy on this Skarmory. I'm not going to shield because I know I can live a Sky Attack here. I live the Sky Attack. Ice Beam's going to get pretty dang close to taking him out. If he doesn't shield, I might be able to take back Switch Advantage. He doesn't shield. So I take back Switch Advantage with the perfect amount of HP, like 1 HP. So he gets very little farm. And is he going to come back in with Vigoroth? He comes back in with Vigoroth. And guess what I got for your Vigoroth? My Drifblim. Can't do nothing against Drifblim. Going for the Icy Wind. Build up the Shadow Ball to perhaps maybe get a shield. I don't get a shield. I try and catch the Ice Beam. Not going to shield this. I do catch the Ice Beam, which is nice. And I have loaded energy on that Drifblim. And this Vigoroth has not been debuffed by any Bubble Beam. So these Body Slams are really going to chip away. He's still not shielding, which is really surprising because Mantine is really his only answer left. So I thought he would for sure just double shield his Mantine. I know I go back and forth, Mantine. I'm sorry. Bubble Beam gets me very low. I'm just saving my shield for Drifblim at this point. I barely get to this Body Slam, which is really nice to do some chip damage. I switch so that last counter registers onto my Drifblim, and it keeps my Vigoroth alive. So Vigoroth is essentially good for like 1 counter later on if I need it. Gonna save my shield for the Mantine no matter what. Farming up to almost 2 Icy Winds. I'm actually gonna undercharge this, it looks like, and farm down. Oh, that's a pretty nasty undercharge. I do have to eat a Body Slam, unfortunately, but it doesn't matter too much because he just needs to go for 1. Like, I'm so low anyway. And I'm going to shield probably no matter what, even though he's most likely going to bait me. Get off the Icy Wind. And that Hex that goes through, register, like, that'll give me energy. And I know I win CMP. So I just shield that knowing he's most likely going to bait. And then I get off this Icy Wind. And this will be enough to take out the Mantine. So I take the best 2 out of 3 against Ventuski. Very well played, my man. Thank you to Speedy and Ventuski for the games. Make sure to check out Speedy's channel. Link in the description. Also, your boy got a job in the real world as an esports commentator for eStars Studios. So normally I stream at about like 10 a.m. Central Time in the United States. I'm going to be working now during those hours. So I will be switching my stream time to late at night. I'm thinking about 9 p.m. Central Time every weekday. So make sure to tune in on Twitch to watch me play live. If you're not following me there already, go hit that follow link in the description. If you guys enjoyed this YouTube content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it. Without further ado, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.